Ọ̀gáwé omi, ọ̀gáwé wọ́wà, ọ̀gáwé Monica, ọ̀gáwé Monica, eré Monica ya ànyàmé, eré Monica ya ànyàmé, eré Monica ya ànyàmé. Ìwọ̀n ìwé máa mú mi finiti saga. Ìwọ̀n ìwé máa mú mi, ìwọ̀n Monica ìkàwá mú mi. By 6 o'clock you will turn on. You know go to now. Uwe Monica Aladian. Uwe Monica Aladian. Saburo. Egui. They were up on my trust to wear. Me what trust to wear. Don't bear up on you marry with my trust to wear. Me trust to wear. No, would this be no? If we were worried about before 3 months or 1 year, you've been winning. Who's one year Nigeria? Who's one work in Nigeria? It will not clear there. It will not say, but you cannot live there. You are giving. This piano we are my trust to wewe Atiti vi record the ladia. Me wa trust to one on my. Iya we na we winya we gbe. Iya we a so balo ye gbe agbe. Ora ka bo so balo yo lo gbe awo we na gbe awo ta. Asaburo ladia we last 2 months. Ogwe mo dai logun lori Canada. E Monica la saladian. Oisa la jana Asaburo na pause. Ifaga la yagbe. Ejele na wiwonia uwe po we fun. We na wa fi ko. We go to we mama we buy wa pa yi buy le wa na do je tomatoes. The tomatoes wa gari la de we want to fight tomatoes we na. Ogiye chinedu we ru we. Ogiye chinedu. You be my friend, you not be my friend too. Ori gbegbe. Sister si sorti. Ori gbegbe. You be my friend, you not be my friend too. Ori gbegbe. Sister, see your breast, only baby. If Mama Chine to see your breast, only baby. You not be my friend again, only baby. Sister, wait there, only baby. See your breast is what you, only baby. Emmanuel the Monica here, no, the Monica here. No, really, Monica, and that woman is useless in the society. The Monica, Monica, that woman is useless in the society. Una ame boku ni wena amo. What for our down? Beni ya arriba. Avec Atiti mandan. Et ya kulo da fiyan kwa wa. Opiama se ti ga contre yan. Opiama se ti ga contre yan. Oni me dani an ko yan yon. Yan ga ti GBC ikia no koko. GBC enwe no koko. GBC uwe no be. GBC uwe la yegedo. Ina yegedo la di bai. Et même pas si le ghetto vous voyez là, il ghetto là, il y a de me ghetto rien. Il y a le ghetto vous voyez c'est. Il y a le ghetto là, il y a le coucou baba, coucou baba, coucou baba. Na do am ghetto rien il y a go wodo. Avec des noms grand-daughter, grand-soso, we are un kia ou un kia regarder, il y a des noms de la vidéo, il non on dira le petit on va parler. Imuna ngwa mwinani, muna shabu ni je ngwa mwinani. Wa arugwe bokin wa did decent. Wana agwa, a bege, minu gwa ya gwa minu laja munugwa, a bege. Wa mudane wa egwe wa mudane.
Let's pray for the month of May.
Il faut ni line. Send your phone away. Send your phone away. Last one, okay. Send the last one in your phone away. Send your phone away. I send you can send you only block in here. Send your phone up line with 08. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Si souvent on voit un bloc ouais. Et moi tous les asaburu à répondre moi mais na block hier. Ya on do game man. Na block ouais fois. Oh wagon. Il serait bonité. Maybe voice was more clear, maybe to do well. E Monica Bale mi yo we man. E Monica Bale mi yo man. E can get Monica na kina. Awu ko no nyanu we ada. Awu ko no rogodo no nyanu we. Awu ko no rogodo no se get to do we get to. Why wagon. Ba mu ko ya no ikwo since 2019 ikwo ya na pa award. Ina kumu jagiyan. Ina kimu jagiyan. E Monica no won wa pa award. Ona de gbe bambus. Ori bambus on ko do anu we ma dadi gbe aya. Bo aron ku lo da fu akwa na eno bu fu jem ni ba yan mo do bi na gwana ni. Eno bu re France na yan mo do bi na gwana, no bu re Italy yan mo do bi na gwana. Ti an gbe ebu wa. E de mu yan without that glass. Ni yan ayo. O yan kan aku e. A me fe no to ri se kwa ba yan yo ba me ba na ya ga aten ba. Oh, you know, we better. More we are knowing where your eyes ready. Your eyes ready. Wait, what happened? Oh, we not see what I my eye. Do you of your daddy? Come and call your daddy. Only guy tira. Only guy know where some mommy with my mom is here. Okay, to know about cow. Even you are still where. Muya guanya iya when you get school, you go na other to who can not make an voice of anyway. Okay, boy. Okay, boy. In the way you Imeya. And so, where will you go? They will be where do you now? Oh, yeah, I'm with folk, Pelocabino. Oh, not book on him. Oh, Pelocabino, with phone, we can, we don't know. Oh, with phone, we are here. Mais, à ma bio koni, idori we you go ka won money. O pe no binu we bien anti we. O pass phone we. You have right to receive it in my front. E dey na we won receive e mo you bo me. After this cat, after the break home man we. Do what we not discuss why discuss over here. We have been like 10 years in no 50 years or discuss any. Here pass the contribution only. We no be we like to do we by here we no time. Na do kwa kokoboni ije wa ya agbo emede wuwe we are little kan go o we that do like when me ma like e o pe no jealous me mu ko se gani ya ko lu ni yan mo wa lu we gbe me o pe ni mo wa lu we gbe me o wa me is just the truth of the matter esunu Monica to ari ni pe yan a classic gloria wa ati ere o se wana na ya because he can say wana o se na post say classic gloria no that here boni yerita ba mekia ona ati boni yerita ba mekia ona mo piete erita la dia erita una mami we finiti sa guy wo yan gbo una mami we finiti sa guy wa amola nyame we no ya immunity juwe we no ya immunity we e party no for nojo we ni amuri rita ni amuri oh we never be year school no ka boy school ona da gbo bole the money kana gbe won Is that not a shame to Finity Saga? Is that not a disgrace to Solo? System man. Or really system. Who deck with the system? We Monica where you are, Monica where got football is a shame to your past. We well, 12 people not gonna be a football in Ọtụtụ bụ n'ọjọọ nwe ma ụwa mgbe na wee azụ olele Monica. Is that not a shame to you people? Aga mo picture tún wẹ́rọ kò láti àná. Àmọ́ wẹ́ láti aga gbogbo ìwà ẹ̀fà wọn. Is that not a shame to you people? Bàbá mi kò pàdé wà bí bàbá bí a sì wúwa ní Monica. Oye bo muagmoria, oya ze muagmoria. Meni pia ya buse me do sabas presenter ya fefe buse. E ya football le Monica ne. Meni meye our war. People can testify and people can see it. And then Monica don't know where Kimo Wogiason, Ekia Mala, we now put them before. And then me, I want Monica. And then Wogiason. Oh, when I came for more than 4 years in a radical way. Me like Beshu, yeah, Beshu, Ido Fear Shoe, Ido Fear Mayana, Nick Bell when they make another the nega piame. Monica no kiase. Ebo ya lutina saru bo kan agbo e. O kan asu asabro yan wo e. Monica won kan agbo asun ashawo dan. Ashawo no bien edumezedo. Eke edumezedo no gu e oruwe fo na. Enu da ine edumezedo e ya le wanane. A classic Goria, wori o ase. At your age now, when we dig back, we a dolphin, umami penomu where you are. Uye grease, umami penomu where you are. When we at a dolphin, we say, by now we may move penomu where you are. Finity Saga, we are dragging. You don't even know that table near it. Wow, way, a closing for the queen. A closing for the queen. Anahu. No more, not another. Hello. Hello.
Alle partiti dopo.
Da cui ho buchiato.
Era avevato dopo.
Dopo, baba. E Monica, where we were.
Dede unore rimewe wahime wakabo wala kuwe me wakabo follow we me wodi wa we ala we.
Uwese baba. Uwese.
Wa to baba me wakabo re comment section domo.
Uwese so ba de ba we.
Wa to baba wa to.
Uwese.
Àwọn wo ni egbo ye si esegbe.
Ise ya we egwa.
Domo wa to baba.
Okay. Uwese. Omania. Irunwe na mena ri obi ajiduwe no we we buwe ese eso ga gbo wa ni beni gwana no bu mo wo wa owo kan wo the normal kan e ga no na mo ki destiny la dia Monica na abi yan no re group na e ya ga pe yo ya se gbe girlfriend me ga me wa e ma no se de gie iye be gie ma me ana we gie ma me na mo do. If I don't share Monica Pekus, what's the name I show a phone man? Of a go, you have a good delete every quarter, and delete a connect send it. He can send it, give destiny bagua. He only no business a bagua go get a ban. He has to go. He said again an amigo. I walk with an amigo who a Monica lao, and I walk with an amigo your lao. Owó ìdùsílù kwa àwápọ̀ pẹ̀lú ànàbí kò yẹ owó ìdùsílù kwa ẹ̀kọ́ Monica pọ̀ lọ ìlànà mìíràn lẹ́wọ́ ẹ̀fún owó ìdùsílù kwa ọdútọ̀ Ben we said we not we work keke Monica wa gbon wa sun we de wa lawa e Monica agbo we lo we lawa wa di rita ye ni ya se la dan rita ye ni ya se la dan mo wa se la dan rita ye ni ge pa iwo o ba gbe mi social media na rita ye ni ya se rita la ya se Monica la dan se la dan eze ye ave popis ye eze ye ai iye ugbo asiela jan wo wa ya siela jan ni ma o wa wa gbon o sun wo ya wo gabi kunu amu agbon ri ania abi kuna no ni kedness yan efesi yan show no amu agbon ya gba o ti wa fioko wa ma gbe ma ro ba no ga record e no re group no ga record ya no ga keep e ko so we wi ya black bele yan wa de you know we are keep on we are sending no one a classic glory we make glory ye they make glory classic gloria we make gloria we make gloria we were full see you know the care when I agbena e no see me na dey interest kele da dey na we le la saburu kele da dey no time in infinity saga women no na mo egbe yo mo koko yo mo mo e koko le mewe eru uwe Monica mi ya agwaro no ogun medu uwe Monica ya mu iwo ohun mi abi aga ki on Facebook do ma enu e ben we se na wo bi edo o de lo bi edo wi obono gbe na aga bi ko no rogodo we emu ya rogodo una agiyan we well me when I disgrace of yan la we gbe na ni e disgrace o pe no go no well o we no rogodo e disgrace no me wo kiki e o yan la we gbe na ni o yan la we gbe tasa bodo wi yan o wi temper justice wo ko infinity saga o kele di ya di no da no ma we yan saburu ngwe ma we ora do roba so ko video e ma ni ka mu ni dan le kege ni ya de o eni dan ni da abu ya yan eni dan ni ya abu ya yan abu we ma we ni dan ni abu ya yan wo ma be finokio lo ye rita ye mi e finokio o bo pa po so bo pa o ni se e party ona do opala do love one san opala do so lajan e je na emememi wo ma be party lo yo yi ibi edo no ro wa kin o risi na pe classic glory na pe
because yet we don't know if ije ma be yeva ise ke wala iye gbe agelo
oku no ba be oku no ere gbe na ni wa ma no tala na wu onyo se no sa bo kan do bia no gu dia gbari ni so gbari ni ugbe ne gian wo bo ne gian fiere ogu yin ma bia yeva yemi bia yeva elo no ko so agbo ya ri odone ovi wa bia o ga bi ogo we bia ovi wa no bioni o wa no tele tata ovi wa we bia o ga bi se we bioge admit me ro ovi me so awu enenia ovi me wu ene ere gbori oku la wania admit me ro no ma ye bia isoro no da bia nania isoro no da bia won yo wi eyi ovi o bia me bi ovi me ni ovi o be bia o ten no ki o be mwari ovi eni be mwari ero sa bo ya jagbona Bego kuno yo bo bego webu. Iyi ma bie yiva ye bie yiva. Manik biana, igi ma ga bie yiva. Ekwe ke mu ma webu ma ya ta igi ma bie yiva. Ala mi kuno yo bo bego na igi ma bie yiva. Iyo pa ya be bie yi. Enyi mi ma we obi jinye. Enyi mi ma mi obi jinye. Nyetiti aso de wo yi. Any yore webo all thinking na saburo thinking na. Eya bi no bu biele ni nevani beani bisene. Bo wa se jeni okoko abira no esis okoko abeni pe esis. Eduzo bok ya te eduzo bok e bani yanyi. Eduzo bok yanyi abi ko no biele esis ni. Wa do dam yo ko proud ni ya. Esoro no meka bie no amani no bie gbona ni. Esoro no jan saburo no bie gbona. No amani sabo no bie me Oga bie obie ogo bie. So sabronia tani we oseno ya modo. Oh when go we choose eh. Oga na ore Sokoto no Abuja. Choose when go we mu. Don't go when we go choose eh. Don't go and choose the wrong so way Elokwela tan, Elokwela Musi, Elokwela Messiah BS. Don't go and do that too. Choose what is good for you and what will feature you in the near future. Don't do what people do. Do what your heart tells you. Do what will please your heart. Choose what your heart please you. When I get Sabro, my mama said about. My mama, it about your school, or my school, Infinity Saga, a glory of Infinity Saga, Yagway, away, or David Monica school, or David Mon, oh, you know, my Jeropa. A mechanical way we will land. Mechanic yan to limo to yoga we will land. Eya gi bere ibi when we have able, ya we no pa, ya be wo we na na here we, ya rejection mu. Out of Monica na ga me. O di kege ni adi, igbagun me de gbe ho, o yi bere egwe gi egwe. De Monica we mu yan gwe ni o pe ni hu. Abi o pe no mu ju wewe. No play o play o na to ta ipalo ni. O ba o we mu yo ewe e ya gbe o ni wu gege ma wo o no ya o wu gege ni. O wu gege ni. Me amebo bo amu na gboma. E na we le kedu giwe we la mama. No ma e ya kami no ma. No ma we ya kami no ma. Then e ma no good dey interested in what. They are sure he what's up in that dog. Yeah, sure in the years one guy, you know, do very everywhere we are working destiny. But yeah, finish about the destiny I can't send the egg, Bagua. Even no more beer parlor. No more beer parlor, whiskey beer parlor, no ya beer man yava. No vie Buddha, no Zobowe, no Zakadabu. A crammer, I went in a crammer. Over when Monica 5 years ago, the crammer on the road bona. I've been with it. Collier. We black. Man, we are working on. And I ask ye. Okay, we make him a dollar. We make him a dollar. We do got it. We must get. They have to worry. We have to worry. My video. If you decide to buy your wedding or not. Mood. You have to worry. When you can finish on, and you have to worry. When you can finish on, and more. You can't say we have to worry. When you can finish on, and what am I? Okay, Monica. Maybe my mother did me happy to call. Okay, no matter what. In the aga when we are. Who are not wearing? Elu Monica Nyayoto, or you pulu, no yazi gedo yo, no yaji gedo pokui, no yaji gedo pokui, no yaji gedo pokui. Sote enatie, kukubu. Eh, ya instrument ni ya awi kuna ya instrument gbere ya service we ya. E kia sa bate ni ya service we ya instrument no buni ya service we. Iya ma le gedo, iya le kukubu, e ya ruweba. Mena aje kokubo we Monica la agie we video la agie mai poso. Ona nyuweba, ona aje kukubu yo, ona agie ma we ono. Owe the first time na yen ko ri eyo kirikiri yen gbo iyo we yen gbe vaccine kukubu. E jare wa ni Monica ya agie ma ya e. Igbe ku we do no me ya go wodo e. No wonder ya ga de kopia. Owe 2 minutes man. E kukubu no ba we gbo boy we no wa we gbe ni. E kukubu ebe. E geto me geto ya we gbe ni ebe. Wada le ona le do. Me ni kukubu ya we gbe ni kukuba ni amuni. Me no ya we gbe. Ni agbo na we salad no wa ro salad na ba. Oni be. Obuwazi elugu ebe yana. What's the name ka we a 2 minutes man op ya hu? What's the name ta? Ya ye kukubu ni ya sin for 1 hour you e kukubu every ebe. What's the name ka we? Ozie e get do do for 1 hour. Be ke na mi bona na misaka me ni ya kuli pe akwa wa re de na. Iya le ga ni ya we ni ya mu ye de gbe ari a ina mi do le pattern we ni mo ga wo e ma wa e classic goria la re we me ka si o se mania classic goria la re benu a te film se wo edo o ma se ti blow una pari grise ogun awe sandoka se won ogun awe sandoka isi won una we musician weki abon we sonia iyeki gbe ki eyo obo o ma yoda o ma iyeki iyo tiku no nyanwe ne WhatsApp no nyanwe video call WhatsApp o de destiny wo mupa iya wetu de gbe amuja pupo we grease ni ame na wagwana at your age ni an classic gloria uwe yeru pigbe aga we grease Benwe Moses e mwandi una ate do fin Mami no mu we yowa do kwe bien na me myself una we do like grease do yo obebo we yowa ni umami opa mu odo Una Infinity Saga ni Monica duwe muriane. Ni Monica de mwezera ni ade wegi kon. E Monica de Infinity Saga de mwezera duwa mae. Ode mwezera duwa mae me kamwana. E Monica de ode mwezera. Waya o abe waya popole ni Monica waya sun ologo wa la wa gbo ta. Abe didi no wa bebu. Abe didi no konde wa. Abe no ta fian wina be airport. No ga anyu e dapa ije gbete ni wa. Ije gbete wa ya le la wa. Ibi wa wa ni agye. Ya agye na yu wa. Wa bomo o wa bagbon. Abe ko no mo community ria. Abe ko no mo society ria. E we an take me a presenter gbelu wa bagbon. Ni la video e yan fo re kiawu emi kiawu e yan mi o pa ni present gbera wina ni ya wa abukpo ni ya gbe aga ni abukpo ni e da present mi live video ogun no we address bana e address o kan ya aruwo iyan mi lo wi di kiasumo di kiano big di kiasumo di kiano big ogun o mako nwa ya o wa bagbon nwa ya sun Ngwa gi mu kulo ri o waria ngwa gi mu yaria dedegbe eke asumo ni eke anoris ni eke aba 2 minutes iguno fe ko to manager yan wa wa ja gbon kan yan wo wa ja gbon kan yan ni wa bo na lagba gbe lawa ike o wa wa o wa gbon ba chawo robo ogun gbelu wa ibenu wa menia Awi pour notre manager qui a fait un wouwa, notre yo boss starter. Et ya di reason wodo. Nya gwa le kiaro we gbe yan. Nya ma yimi, nya ze koko boyu e. Awa shawo dan. La ni wa shawo, nya ma bo ma we. Ge moni kania, owa. Omo Nigeria, ona mo tue no Nigeria. Mo Infinity Saga dia, ona mo tue no do wono no Korea. Et c'est ça no fwali no re London. Iyen wa on esi wewe ka. Iyen wa en esi wewe wo wa mema. Oni wa mo si oni aga wa ya. Oni aga wa we touch. Oni aga wa we touch. Wa ni do ogonofa do munu ya touch. Ben me je obo me ya touch. Me aleru no wa gere se. Ya leru wa pe se. Gbe no ni de 30 euro do munu ya we touch. My big bro, Abugia Baba. A classic of men. A classic of men, la agba we mu na abodi ga je yowora. We agbuna yekia. Ona ati e bole mi ta ye bi e ba yekia. Ide ni pe ge o. No na yan kata ne ke gbe.
Mama. Eba mo wa kun. E wa ni ke ya bere o wa. Period. Me no me wu de wa ma ya gwa lo wu. Tu ari agbon me le to. Na e Monica. Lovet. De numa ya gwa na saboro wu.
O ma se
Uwi ze wa owu ko na. Uga ize wu o do si go ko ya mo ebo go nya le ko o te yo pa.
mi ya ko yi.
Emi meji. Ọmọ no we bono le mi nítorí àwọn re we. Èmi be ma o pe bono re wo mento. E bono re do ni apolo bu. O le si. Yàrá ẹ̀bọ̀nọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀ ni ẹ̀ àpòlògbò ohun bóyá mọ́ Yorùbá ìyẹn mọ́ bẹ̀rù rẹ̀.
Ugbo obi edo sisi.
N'oge abụghị n'oge agha erigbo adị òwúrò.
Ugbo obi edo sisi. Ebi na olele owu kan láàrin. Ugbo ebe people cannot know. Gbàtẹ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí, wà ní dẹ́rì. Me aba we mi awu ne be eje wa kwe. Me no original. Iya wa la moto se London. Iya wa la boss me France à la se London. Ya try luck me. Ya try luck me. Ya try luck me. Iya ge dia me kilala wa. Wa bon. Awa shawara wa te frustré to viere yu wa. Même on Monica. When I'm in the classic Gloria. Woman no welo ya wa mo in classic Gloria. Woman no welo ya wa mo classic Gloria ni woman no. E do gbe wo wala bi wo e ya to kwa. Na hin.
Tamu yoba. Ya mo yoba. Uka te mua wa maya. Hello. Wa materia. Wa ye. Anata we dagboji no won te ni jimi. Je me na te ni jimi. Gbe. Afu aya gbe la ye ni ewu we. O e ba mistake o e wa ta ni. O iga wa mo ye ka wa ye Puede, que bue. Y puede. Yo baile fue. El ulu mi ati ega lo buje mi o. Atuari.
Wa bon atuari ọmọ ní kíá. Iya ze luwe. Me vi iya ze luwe witu wewe na. Wo wa se welela o we agbegbu wewa. Ikolo buga ti mi, opa ti mi lo kon Canada ban, all price me go. Ena no ewe, egeni ana mo destiny bagwa la dia ya wi wa mi. Ini wo vinya ni ana unama vinya go ni ya mo la dia. Ona nwa, ena fin fo yo hu. O ya ba o wa ya his name. O ya wa o wa ya ro bonya hu. Mi no sa bo ma ka be rio. O sa bo ma ka be rio, we man is the head of the house. We are now pour na opiani master ti control nia. Opiani on dan. Opiani master ti ni ado no de mu wa. Ni love of body. E body yan how we love. E body wa how we love. Ni an wo ohun mumude. When me jina ya le. Me pique ko me e send request e fule boe. E do me ma bon adota. E fule boe. Go me fu ko ari o be ni rio na. Ona bi gba 2 hours ni e bi pa. Iri mu na wa ko iri o be na yo wa ko di mo de bi ji mu na. O me kini di be di mo de. E bi ji mu na di mo de. Test not take Tuesday we do. O ni ya o. E mo no si ke ni ya o. Iya yoni is okay dimi na send the girl destiny na show ya on my coming but when we are aware 3 days manada agu we 4 days manada agu we ona here we what's up ya ta saboro be afridian e poni na Instagram ni we on the Instagram di man we am man o ya edi ya we ni a very stand block when you am worried today no na bi dogo we am we start block be ni dogo we am we start block ya wo do ni e control ko nu mu fa nu mu ya kwa ya control do classic goria ma be nu do uwe nu de kia e we na da ti e bonu orun ma o On m'a beau non tout beau sur social media. Et matalaga is winning. Ida amwe bogbeyo. Imi here da amwe bogbeyo. Infinity Saga. Already okpa lowo bola di okpa yowo bo. Hello. That time, that woman cried hard. You remember? All of the covenant that time, all of the covenant. But they don't think about this one, not worry. They don't think about this one, everything done there with me. No one not worry again. Mona traki, Mona you relax, everything done there with me. They don't get what they want deny. Mona you relax. For waiting, for where me did. He said when they find the real name. He said when they find the real name, what did they want to take the real name do? Forget that to juju. What no worry. Forget that to juju. No work. You know go work. Only I forget that one. What do you want to do for juju? Say nakedness not there with me. Say nakedness not come out. Say nakedness not there. You know who pekus? He say as I go they do with him. As I go the best person with the man. You know, as they come, as I go the man, as I go when they go work every day, if they work night work, I come to the man. Eko better, better, we not gay. No, I leave you. If Philip he sleep with Felicia, he sleep with one girl wey don please bring come out 3 days ago. That one don drive the husband now that they talk. Bianca. He still sleep with that one. Go and find all the picture for me. Bianca. I'm gonna bring all of them. I want her to pack all of them. Pack alone. I want her to pack all of them. Why I leave you, sister? When I remember this, so. All those people waiting for his house, they remember things. Finity Sagana on a Kenya, who no go to Yafe. When the penalty will go say, if we no go to Yafe, Finity Saga solo, on our way, Felicia, on our way, Bianca, on our way, Grace. On our way, Yakia. Atiti manye school, mami no mu wege. Infinity Saga was the same. Infinity Saga lay, but he ban Infinity Saga ze. Also, he made do wamae. Awa we mi do gwegwi. Gba wetin we Saga do gwegwi we Monica Gwina. But the Infinity Saga o ni ra je. Et Dieu doit se disgrace your egbe. Et Dieu doit aussi pas your egbe. Anyway, need your guy. Because I go and go can wa go and go. I so pay wo. But the Monica on down ro. E Monica want to sinoro. Finity Saga when I arrive ban e Monica na tie bon asabro when I be comment section. When I be call you ogun ri abu Finity Saga. Wage yaria mo kwase na ole waya kan wa bo rukute maladia e so ma me na na wa bi so ma me ya gbina e bi so ma me ya gbina bi social media wa e so ma na be na afun go down the street na go down e ya live e so ma be na wa bi so ma me ya so gbina Classes Goria. Nujeki finiki. Nujeki finiki. When I tell Bono, I tell Bono with social media, I disgrace in another way. When we have to do film. When we have to do drama, film about Classic Goria. Umewe Sandra Mugu Simwa. Una we are so. Uma yo dao, Omajiki. Efimi magwegi ati kegeni andi. Efimi, remember, since more than 5 years, remember you be efimi wegi. Imagine be efimi upon the Classic Goria. Wahagi Iya gwalu piano meni hia, iya gwalu piano meni hia, iya gwalu piano meni hia. Eric Bialu ya ina dwe kige. Ba miwe moni kaliedo. Biaka. Lare. Na we do kuni mwe no ruwe na. Efeso ni mashu. Dupunu ya de be ya man he colleague boy. Because we babbing and lady brown we yellow person brown we babbing and lady biaka. We a brown color we give na a lady. Man, me na doctor. I be na control page now. Obi an wesa. Era me te when you school in your building. Get him a school. When you say I may monetize the page, you have it where oh me have it there. Yeah, we are monetize a quick organ. Then you have monetizing a quick organ. Yeah, we are monetizing. You may have advantage raw. You may have advantage raw. No matter no, you will not cut no the you will be black maybe social media. You have 10 years later. My whole girlfriend also this year 10. A computer no come monetize. Oya lo yeke ya come monetize. E bien quand bien ko ya ari Holland monetize. No pa no ya ari Holland. Rita Gbamari, what are you monetize no? Oya monetize. If you solo, if you have been here, you tell me and you tell. Computer, computer there, go. A camera is set in computer or video you are holding. We know you will not say. No ya minyago be na gwana finish agbon me o yeri goge o yeri 200 gie wati esolo biaka 500 euro biaka ye le solo every month ya me bore do my go le solo no do fe Felice ya me bore do my go le solo no do fe bo Debo my boy. Oga gbawa ya GBC ya fefefe oka gbawa ya gbe. Oka gbawa ya gbe. Awu lege awu ni wewe. Abi gbe aga no wowo. Abi gbe aga no wowo nu egi. Awu iwewe. Awu eleden wa muga monika to ari weleden muga no na gbo e. Una ga kuli kuno ro woto. Uze why de do we what's up. Why we do wa jam yo. Here is do we what's up. Ona fi gedo la didagbo. Ya gba ya ge many abuse the group ni GBC ni. Iro pa ro wodo money ko pa ro wodo or wo ambush. was Monica, Monica, yeah, what yourself. When the Monica take Gualupia, they like the day milk beer. And when you buy breakfast in it, or buy breakfast in it, Infinity Saga may make it that way, Monica. Or may make it that way, Monica. And Monica, think we have the young me, be young fly, Roland, young fly, Roland, my way, young Sudan, young conky, Yoto. Et un tango when we font tango, Monica tango a Dublin. Iyo mono no ma seti di pini. We na gonna well you what that for me passport. O da phone was on the passport ya IC go. The phone was also ya IC go. 3 years. Mais je vais vous me soin habillé. 5 years we will not be me for. You are not a ball over in Nigeria. Me now you me tell the papas. You know you are paying a papi. 6 years we will not me not tell like we go. You pay over 600 something, 600 something. If the papas they pay over. But so me pay over more to not go and feel by you. It is surviving. But if you must say you were getting the past 5 months, who saw about we say? Who saw about we say? Me now we make you for 5 years and 6 years. You go have fledgling baby what? There when they go no massive. Now I was about more back. Monica Tuari. A classic Goria area. Classic Goria. Oh, Jekia. Vamos picture me. What's the picture me muyo? What's the picture me? No na sungu ade na woro wa classic Goria. Uno da agbuna yeke awe webo. O ma me kia be greasy. Abi finiti sagame monotaju wa piko. Oh, we monetize wa piko ah. Because monetize wa ya ayewa monetize. When I got monetize we. Monetize ana buwa. You really go in Facebook ni na waro kwa mai ya monetize. Ne suka beti ya fili ya we wa mai ya monetize ni ya. Bin wa wa ru gbigbi age wa na mu gbi age o gbigbi age ya. Eri wa we ade Facebook wa na no mweri ya. Era me wa me acha wo mi esi. When you have a petty baby, you will be able to be a guy. Eri a visile da do ge yogo bo bi a ri social media wa ge emi a we gbigbi age ade eyan ri mu la video. E la video ri de to saba space. Igbi age an so an se lo wa yo ge bo. Many are asilo bia. A party we have amigo say ya vinya de robu. Here we like social media we agena. You know so asilo bia asilo ko yogo. Wa go ga video na. Ide gbede. Me I will say 5 video make it do iki show yi. Iya get dia clean no buna we before ni send the game and send na. Why we ikpia dia send the gidi ni na gaga udo. I'm a man of dignity. He can wait because Italo we live video now. It matter. Ni a send the ge emanoka en where anything woman nakedness is send the you who. No so could make a word done. Instead, he sent the egg. But he has sent the egg beer. Here I send the egg you what that I am sent to Saban where Mo sent the egg. You are finished and I sent the egg in Amigo. He sent the egg. Odishi. He said they get Destiny Bagua. He said they get Abatobaze. Abatobaze Yangoni, only a Wamioka, Joan Qua, de la video. Oh, what do I mean? We went with it. You really Monica, you will battle about in a man you can lay away. God made a good bigger for me, with a good bigger. Me to me said they get about I worry. Never about the way, only destiny of quite a good. Near said destiny going of America, Canada, and said always destiny go now. Always destiny game our game our 2 hours to battle. Gay, always destiny were begging. Were begging. You said they're going never. Were begging, I said they're going. Every year, I'm not saying I said they're going. So, here, delete for me. I have a video in the TikTok, you can get yeah, we never delete. I have a video with TikTok, you never delete. No, maybe I delete yang or the free here. Then this one, Billy. Oh, Billy, where do go, Monica? Oh, see you, Aluku. Oh, see you, you get to back you in it. You get to. Where you get to? Where you get to, man? Una regedo opera buaro wa progress la wani cause opia buaro wani e no sabo ari enu ya awu ewe yawe no when the progress ya la wani we loku many guanana wano me gedo wa afile pagege do opia wa otafo apane we afa ko si gedo ju we afile kwa progress ya la wani cause sabo ajone mi nubene no ya ni mi ju we ni. Anyway, they go we get to because in Munanuwa way, in Munanuwa Kiwado, also Sakami to back bay. If Kiaparon even was who could get to. Well, now, when I say get to you waiting for more than 1 year, get the boss, you get to do it, you get to woko, a kukuba woko. What's the Nugana have 1 minute, 2 minutes, ma? What's the Nugana? Oh, Piala, you are. Oma said him when I get do. Oma said him when I could bow. What's the not 1 minute, ma? Second or boy like me. Wow, so we're not winning. Ologoman la wire, baby, no logoman la wire, now. If you have that voice to do, wow. Wa dele wa bupo when wa gbeli pia when pia bulo lan wa bulo popa wa sun weke. Hello?
Domo.
Oh, yeah, the music went out.
Atiti no okay, what take be your you wanna beg what do you go me? What Baba be you wanna Baba? Atiti you want it get you where bye.
You want get you want me not to give a book, only one get only thing one get you away.
I to tell her what is your roof for?
Okay,
Atiti double.
What?
Happy weekend, Odo.
I wish you the same way Monica women now.
Way.
We Monica to are Monica way women. Yeah, guy.
Oh, but we are live is seeing a little way of ya imi away when we no.
I can't away destiny everywhere. Where that claim a good Samaritan? Where that our master? What it in my
no, I must say, Baba Damio, I must say, as in you know, you have where like Omani, Imano Deu, on Oviena, ime life way a yori.
Yeah.
Okay, usually go up when I come out where Tino Italy. Where or when where or one like you where your joke or a hand, we are. Yeah. But my work when I walk in me, what your bonnet, we are take back Bivaga.
You want
What a son. So we calm down. We little nonsense. We not little nonsense. We about reading nonsense. Oh, we say hey guy on lao say.
Real video. We can get real video.
My way Monica I almost but at the time. Worry. I almost but say Gabizu Birian. But when my way going but tomorrow no go going.
Wait,
What's up way?
Video they go one.
Oh, I can't I'm going direct. But the real one my way ain't be. One on even what's up you now. What's up you? Yeah, we need the Baba, we need the about call you where far. Yeah, but Agmoni and Loni or you know, Jena. You are senior bros, Baba. Understand? Saviani Abikuna, you know me way like you can't for your hand one kind.
Hey, my follow for me. Hey, I follow behind this great thing.
I think, Baba, calm down. You are senior bros. Senior bros who he. It can go when I call you where they only like your doings, even what you know the tally. We me. When I will like you where
people love me.
I know, but okay, we are doing we now.
I ain't
giving Baba. I ain't giving city no. Even city one or what correct, but we can always about the wrong way.
I don't say that. I walk here wrong way no. We are with people to social media fully be away do yari. E wrong way ni. Gba gbe agba wrong way aye.
Epa ya no water na gba no gbodo. Water na gba no gbodo de ba na ma gba de woje. The difference is all. Well, calm down. Forget those things. When we're a patient dog, the fattest bone. My brother son. So what calm down, leave those people. Maybe the when we're going go all over we're monetizing. I might wait go with Facebook, but you are only using your platform to educate some people where giving a way tradition here, giving a way all those kind of things. That's what you stand for. But by the time you do me soon, you go or like Facebook. The bag when you go like Facebook, what power we make? Listen, Anna. Apa, what you do? You are not big. You are not big. You are time away. I'm a bog be. You give it that word, but imagine when you know imagine where but when we can always say, oh, here we are here we do why not more.
Me marry you also TV this girl.
Oh, yes, oh my, while I don't me one in when they are because we take we by day.
You give away yeah. 3 days, money, copy that day the copy that day allow. 1 hour, 2 hours away, Banner. If they go with it, do 2 hours away. Me, yeah, Amy, I'm one by me all, no, Amy, and so while me carry one mulania. And why said me carry? I just were very 7 hours swell up with so that can get my wa. We might ticket one didn't go la while we phone way. Everyone stop and say, well, anyway, a phone well, we can make it. Ya mi o fun vi fun ma vi o me ipa so aye hotel orire aye pa ya ri wa we se we aye wa e de we agbari wa e won tata e wa to we no we o mi na di city o we ya book hotel o are fun we o ma vi o me ipa we ari wa we wori we come na o Bini ay gba wo me Monica de gbede wa sun we de le wa de gbede ban classic goria money ya we go Iwe ka filo gwene keke do nawe. Ike do mo disgrace you egbe o shekia. O shekia to this gladys gloria. Many pe abu se wedo. Umame no you wa. Igbewe bo head gwale igbewe bo no gbe centro. Igbewe bo ni igbewe bo gbe kiane. Eke infinity saga e don hang you bo pai. E Felicia we ye yo wo boy ya pai. E biaka we ye yo wo boy ya pai. E grace we ye yo weti owuri e ya pa o ke gba we fertilizer gbe ke infinity saga ni. E fertilizer gbe le do man. Omo later we do.
I think the Yorubas are like the best case study, to be honest with you, because in a Yoruba family, one person will be a Muslim, the father will be Islam, the mother will be Christian, the children can be a native doctor if they like, and they will all still live together. So you find this mixture of these practices. The Yoruba people are actually the people you can use to describe it. That's how tolerant they are. So you find these afars and imams, you mostly find them around there and in the northern part of Nigeria. But that's just by the way. The ones for the pastors, I mean, I think at this point in time, every Nigerian, notwithstanding, already understand the roles these people play in Nigerian politics and how they are part of the people who are not causing us to progress. I think at this point, all of us have all agreed on this, except people who are just trying to deny the facts that is right in the face of everybody. So the pastors, they themselves, they have also created means to exploit the hope and the desperation of people. So all they do now is take advantage of people who they know that are looking for ways to survive. Because most of the things these pastors praise for you would find them, you go to working countries, the government of these countries have taken care of it. You look at your churches in Nigeria, you look at their way of operating in Nigeria, compare it with their branches abroad. They are not the same. You can't be the same. Some of the things your pastors do in Nigeria, they try it abroad, they will be locked up. They can't get away with it. They know. Some of the things you see them, the type of miracles they claim to perform, the type of things they do on TV, that is false advertising. You will go to jail for it. You will get arrested for it. That is why they have branches. What they do in all those branches, they now make, because they know now that the government of those foreign branches will audit them. They now make their members pay money in Naira, because they know that in Naira nobody audits them. So they give you pay direct to Nigerian account. You no longer pay the money in the UK churches and the rest of the ones that is all over America and the rest of the world. They know. So they will get away with anything in Nigeria. So they know that is why it doesn't matter what you do. If you become too poor, you cannot be too poor in Nigeria that you cannot be a pastor. You cannot be too poor that you cannot be a preacher. That is in fact, you have to be to a certain level of poor to even become a preacher in Nigeria, to be honest with you, as it stands. You must have lost touch on every other way to make money. Before you then you must have exhausted all your plans before you would then go into preaching. The ones who probably would have gone, that is why I still have some that look like people who maybe is deliberately they are calling, if there is something like that. It's the ones who are well established, who already have businesses, who already have been doctors, architects, and lawyers, and bankers, and great people in whatever, traders in whatever businesses they do. But then they still pick up the book. They are quite different compared. But in reality, in general, you have to actually be very poor in Nigeria to then use church as your last hope to become rich. So those pastors, we know them from their leaders and all that. The ones about the native doctors, I mean, I think a lot of people have already pointed it out. I think Sankofa, even Asmodius, also pointed it out that there are benefits of how they used to use their herbs and all of those. And that's just by the way, but those are not the ones I'm talking about. Those ones, everybody knows them, and to be even there are not many of them anymore. Even it's on the basis of the trust that those ones have earned, that the ones that are using it now to exploit people. It's on those people's trust that they are using to exploit people now, because people believe those people because they perform at me, they show. Even my mom, if my mom tire for some kind of medicine, in my native language, they call it Ogun Igbo. That means we now want to go traditional. And that means they want to go native. So then they didn't use, if you have broken bones, they can set it for you with red sands, with tree barks, roots, all burnt into ashes. Then they apply it, they form this thing they now call POP in the Oyibo way, which they call the plaster of Paris. They use red sands, and then in those red sands, they put all the herbs, all the medicines. They will set your bone one after the other. I have broken an ankle. They use red sands to treat it for me. Even my mom, that is religious herself, there are some kind of sicknesses. She go there, they will give her herbs because they are very good. She knows them. Those people, they inherited it. I always say that I'm quite lucky to live in, still live in my ancestral land, where I can see many generations of my great grandfathers and all of them are buried there. So we know the lineages and families who this is what they do. For the few ones that remain, because some of them, their children have turned it into something else. For the few ones that remain, they are still very good. And even my mom, as a Christian, she still uses them. And they're very, very good. They do the herbs for her and it works. I still take their herbs myself. So that's just by the way. I know I didn't say quite a lot. I didn't attack. I'm not attacking. I'm just pointing out the truth. That as far as I'm concerned, pastors have their very tiny benefits. I'll cut them some slack. They have very tiny, the ones who are good human beings, they are quite good. And then the native doctors as well, the ones who knows what they are doing, who are not arm robbers, like the side of the pastors, those people too, they are very beneficial. But it's the exploitation of a structure that works, and then you exploit it because people are desperate and people are hopeful. That is where I have a problem with many of these people. I'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Darkman, for that. Largest man, you're welcome to the show. Please, Largest man, introduce yourself. I believe this is your first time upstairs. Have you been to this program before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Can we please know what country you're joining us from and if you're a believer or a non-believer?
Oh, so anytime you ask that question, I better finish up with the second question. Do I know you before? Because there are two questions. Because
you know, I always ask that one when sometimes my people will tell me that, oh, this one look like Narenji, na set up the way the person is conversing, I will laugh. You know, that kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah,
so, Largest man, thank you for joining us. This is your first time. You're welcome. So, where are you joining us from?
My name is Henry. I'm streaming from UK. I'm a Nigerian streaming from UK. But there's something that
Henry, from the way you sound, are you Igbo?
Yeah.
Okay, I can feel it. And are you a Christian? Are you a believer or you don't believe anymore?
I'm a believer.
Okay, are you a believer of Christ or you believe in Islam?
I'm a believer of Christ.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
not this kind of Christianity they are practicing now.
Okay, great. Which one is that one?
It's still a Christ-like, but Christ's system of worshiping, but not the way, because to my own understanding, when Christ came to this earth,
no, don't worry about the history. We'll get back to the history. On Sunday, like tomorrow that is Sunday, will you go to church?
I will.
Okay, so what's the name of the church that you go to?
Ignite.
Okay, I didn't really understand it, but it's fine. You're welcome. Don't worry. Everybody is welcome here. Okay, everybody is welcome here. At least, and it also say Christian. We have Christians here. We have agnostics here. We have Muslims here. Everybody. This platform for everybody to come and share their beliefs and then get engaged. So when Darkman was speaking, this is called reinforcement. Is the second segment of our program. You know, so when people reinforce, is when others will engage the person. They will ask you questions. You know, they may oppose some things you say. They will give you contrary opinions. They can bring facts and evidences. So that's basically it. So is there anybody who wants to engage with that man? Were you trying to engage him based on what you heard him say?
There's something I want to correct about.
Okay, go ahead.
There's something I want to correct about this native doctor, and most especially we Nigerians, we interpret native doctors in practicing voodoo. If we want to analyze herbalists, let it be pure herbalist or native doctor. If you want to herbalist witch doctor, let it be witch doctor. So the problem I have with Nigerians, with most people, is they mix pure herbalist with witch doctor. The witch doctor that practice spiritualism with herb, and a pure herbalist. In US, in the Western world, they have herbalist. They study herbalist in school. It's just the study of plant, how to use plant to treat human. And in Africa, they once you tell somebody I'm a herbalist, they begin to see you as a witch doctor, someone that is practicing spirituality. The reason why I came up is just to say that I want to air that, because most time people, when they mention native doctor, they have two types of native doctor. They have native doctor that practice only pure herbs, and they have.
Brother, I think from the conversation itself, you can actually tell that the people who are having the conversation, they actually understand the context of it. And I think the reason why it looks like you are not happy that anytime they speak of native doctors is because you also agree as an African that we actually have the real native doctors, which you can then call the herbalist and all of that, even though it's not my fault that when people now think of them, people think of them as voodoo. You had your Christian brother here who came on here to define what juju is in a Eurocentric way and describe what juju is. That is the mindset people now have about native doctors. It's as a result of the religion, to be honest with you. Whether you want to differentiate them, you can't differentiate them anymore as it stands now. Once people hear native doctor, they think of juju, they think of spirituality, they think of a lot of things. This is just the reality of it. And it's, since you're a Christian, I think you are part of it. You're part of it. If you want to be honest about it, I think the gospel truth should start from the church. Don't you think so, brother?
From the church, as in how?
Well, all these native doctors and all of these things, they existed before Christianity came, and how the practice was very, very easy. They did their herbs and everything. People could tell who they are straight away. You could tell who they are. But when Christianity came, Christianity said everything that had to do with all those practices, everything was idolatry, they were diabolic, and it has remained since then. So you're now trying to filter it. Don't you think it's going to be a very difficult thing to do?
It's not a difficult thing, because even that is why I tell you, even in school, in the Western world, they practice herbalism on study of plant, and they have a lot of refined herbalists. They don't go and practice any spirituality or voodoo. They deal on plant alone.
So if you see you as a church member now, if you see you as a Christian now, if you see a church member going to a herbalist and instead of going to see the pastor, and then you see them coming out from a shrine, because a herbalist is still operates from a shrine, unless you want to say no. You see your church members coming out from a shrine.
That is why I came up to differentiate and to enlighten a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you now personally. When you see your church member coming out from a shrine, will you not question their faith and question their belief?
Those ones are voodoo. They practice voodoo. Those ones are not herbalists.
So where do you find a herbalist?
Herbalist is when you practice plant. It's a study of plant.
Where do you find? Where is their office? Where do you find herbalists?
Herbalist is plant, study of plant. We have refined herbalists. Like, for example, in Nigeria, we have there's one herbalist they call Jetchem. They sell herbs. refined herb.
But I think the herbalist you are describing here, you are looking at again from Eurocentric view. I know Yemkem International and all of them, all of those people. And I know
So are you telling me those what are not herb? Then
so are those is that the way our people practice herbs during those times? Herbalists, is that how they practice it like Yemkem? They manufacture it in factory and put them in packets and then put label on them, NAFDAC on them. Was that how our people practice it?
we know time. No, we are now in the modern.
Was that how our people practice it?
Can I help him out a little bit, if you want?
Okay, ask.
No, I think he just tried to conflict the two. Anyways, Chris, go ahead if you want to.
No. What he was saying, I can really attest to what he was saying. There's difference between, because I grew up in the village, though I grew up in the city, but every holidays we normally go to the village, and most of the time we always go to the village. So there's difference between, in our village, let's say Christianity is no, people don't really go to church. No, people don't go to church in our village. The only church that was there is CMS, and it was an ancient church. They say it was one of these churches that was built by the white men, CMS, the name is CMS. I think CMS was converted to Anglican, something like that, but they are still calling it CMS there. So people don't go to church on Sunday. The church, just the priest just come from town, and he will be going all over from house to house, you understand? But when he's leaving, people dash him a lot of stuff like yam, cassava, whatsoever. But people don't go to church. Now, in our village, we have a lot of herbalists. We have one, I can mention name, but no name because you don't know them by name. So we have one that is very specialized in bones. We have one that if there is a snake bite, the one that is specialized. We have different ones like that. We have up to about 6 that I know quite all right. Then we also have a chief priest that has I don't know how to describe. I think a chief priest, because in our village we have different gods. One of the greatest one is Ovia, and we have the Igbinovia like this. He was the representative of that Ovia shrine. So, but these herbalists, they don't have shrine. They live in their house, but they can go to bush and fetch herbs. You understand, when they have clients.
Okay.
But they are not the one representing any god. Like I said, we have in our village we have 3 gods that the village worship, and these 3 gods, they have each of their representative. We will not call them herbalists. If I have to use English name, we will call it a chief priest of each of the gods. And in our language, Ambini, we call them Ohe. That is Ohe. And Ohe is not Obo. Obo is a native doctor. Ohe is a prophet, like what we call a prophet today. We can't call a pastor, we don't have a word a pastor in Benin, but we cannot call a pastor Obosa. No, we call them Ohunsa because they are representative of a god. So we call them Ohunsa. And now, before the church came to our place, we call each representative of a god, which the English we call the chief priest, we call them Ohembo. That is Ohembo, you understand? Now, this is the chief priest of this god. This is the chief priest of this god. And they are different from forward to when I became a pastor. In our church, Pastor Matthew was one of my assistant pastors because I was the pastor in charge. Now, Pastor Matthew was one of our assistant pastors. Pastor Matthew was God and herbalist. This is what God is. This is was at that church. When my reverend, the owner of the church, because I was pastoring the headquarters in Benin, when my reverend came from Belgium, because presently now is now heading the branch in America. When he came from Belgium, he met Pastor, he now detected that Pastor Matthew, he got an information that he was a native doctor. That is one specialized in herbs. And that guy is specialized very much on broken bones and rheumatism. And now when the guy gives the herbs, administer the herbs to tell you, I think you can go and seek for prayer. I think this is a spiritual something. This is not a physical ailment. Either you go and seek for prayer. Like me, I don't do sacrifice, but I'm a pastor. I can lead you to other pastors who are faith are greater, or I can pray for you, but I think this one is beyond. I don't work my work based on prayer. I work my work based on the herbs I'm specialized on. That was passed to me by my father trained me. And now when the herb is not yielding anything, the guy can recommend you to, by linking it to assuming that it was a spiritual problem, then he cannot link you to either elsewhere if you are going to church or whatsoever you want to do, but you don't do sacrifice. You don't consult the gods. You don't do anything or such. So it is with her, but if it is not improving to you, it cannot go further. That is that. And now when my reverend came,
Chris, hang on a minute. Because you're going too far now. I don't know where we're going again. Are you trying to answer? Are you trying to differentiate the native doctor that they don't have shrines, that all of them stay?
No. The native doctor does not have shrine.
Okay, the ones that do
because it's not to do with a god, it's a temple that's related to a god.
Can I just drop one thing? Like somebody like me, I know her very well. If some yes, we have a lot of herbalists even in UK where I am.
Okay.
Go to shrine.
That was why
herbalist. Herbalist. The meaning of herbalist is the study of.
Before you stop me, that was why I was bringing the incident of Pastor Matthew and my reverend. Now listen to this. Let me just quickly summarize it. When my reverend found out, my reverend suspended Pastor Matthew by saying that we can't have a native doctor in a church. You understand? He suspended Pastor Matthew as a pastor, and he also he got extra size. Yes, he suspended him, and the way he talked with that suspension, not just as a pastor, but he also suspended. I know nobody can suspend anybody from the church, but the way he was talking, he was humiliating the person, was condemning and demonizing him. So this made the man to stop the church. And the man, this is what happened. There was a man, before my reverend came, there was a man that was very rich, that this young man treated. I will not say pray for, because he didn't heal the person by prayer. He healed the person by medicine. Now, the man that was very rich that he treated, I was in charge. My reverend was not in town. The man sold many pieces of land to this young man. The man was very rich. And now the one that he gave to this Pastor Matthew sold it to our church. But when my reverend came and this incident happened, Pastor Matthew had to say that, oh, you said I am this, I am that, like a demon whatsoever. Please, can you return back? This is what I got, and I gave it to God. Can you return back it to me? So our pastor, my reverend, refunded the land, the documents, everything to him. Now, fast forwarding to about a year interval, some Chinese people came and they were doing this aloe vera, all those herbs. Aloe vera whatsoever, many herbs. They came, they also brought a machine that we used to run a test. They negotiated, they were moving from church to church in Benin. They negotiated to my reverend, because my reverend was also a president of Christian Minister Congress, a congregation, a church, a pastor body that is comprises of different pastors, up to about 100 churches. Now, we were very specialized in prison ministry and hospital ministry. They negotiated with my reverend, and my reverend donated his church for them to hold their seminar. And while they were holding their seminar, these people were not medical doctors like the normal medical doctors we know. that went to school. These are Chinese people that are specialized in herbs. After they heard the seminar, I got furious and I involved my reverend in a meeting. And I told my reverend, I said, sir, you demonize the herbalists of your own people, but you donated the church for herbal